Hello and welcome back to Critter Blend. In the last video I introduced my coal mine and we created a texture, a rust texture for a pit tub, a minecart wheel. I thought to myself, that's a little bit like shutting the stable door after the horse has gone, and I really ought to go through the making of one of these wheels in Blender. So without further ado, I thought to myself, we'll skip into Blender and we shall make a minecart wheel, or I'll show you how I make a minecart wheel. So here we are in Blender. I've deleted the default cube and I'm going to put a mesh cylinder in here. Now the first cylinder we've got has got to be 30 sides. This is because we're creating a 6-spoke minecart wheel. Now we shall scale this down on the Z and scale it on all 3 planes. Now we need 2 other cylinders. So we're going to Shift A, another cylinder, and this cylinder is going to be bigger. We're going to need 90 faces, and we're going to scale that bigger and scale on the Z till the other one pops through the middle. You can see what we're doing here. Click into number 7. I need this scaling very slightly down, a bit more like that. And then we'll add another cylinder. Shift A, cylinder. And this one, I'm going to hit 7 again, and we're going to scale this till it is just a little bit past this other cylinder. 90 sides to a 90 side cylinder. So we'll scale it, Control and Z, and we'll bring it out till it is just a little past that. And then we shall scale on the Z to bring that down. Make that face select. We'll take this inner face from the inner cylinder, X, delete faces, X, delete faces, X, delete faces, X, delete faces. And that should leave us with 2 rings. Select hit 2 and select edge select. And go into number 1, and I'm going to bring this up so they are level with the top of the boss. Now the bottom of the outer cylinder can come up a little bit. And we are going to select the top of both of these outer rims. And we're going to bridge the edge loops to give us a set solid rim. This face, and I want this face bridged. Bridge faces. And that leaves us with this shape here. Now I'm going to hit the bottom face, hit number 1, and I'm going to bring that up, level across there. I'm going to X-ray mode, and we shall select the vertex select, box select these bottom vertices, and we'll give the wheel a bit of depth. Not too much, just enough. So we'll hit Control and R, and we shall put some edge loops around this entire inner circle. we shall put some edge loops around this entire outer circle. Now we shall raise those up a little bit to give us a dome shape on that. And once we've got to this sort of stage here, we're going to looking down, and we're going to hit our X-ray mode so we can see our faces, and we're going to select a lot of these faces all the way around here. So we'll do that with circle select and go all the way around here, and we want about 7 faces left either side of this center portion here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which means we select all of these all the way around. Until we come to here. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold shift. And what it should have, let's get out of X-ray mode. We should have 2 faces either side of this center in the middle. We should have 7 faces either side of that left in there. Bottom face is gone, keeping this top face. There's one missed there, look, so we'll hit those and just check for any faces that are missing here. Yeah. You win some, you lose some. Once we've got that looking something like that, you hit X and faces. And that leaves us with this sort of shape. Now, we're going to go into our perspective mode, and we're going to add an empty. So Shift A, empty, plane axes. Select this, and we shall add our modifier, which is going to be an array modifier. Now, we need a count of 6, and we also need this to 0 because it's not going to be, and that is going around an object, and that object that we're going to array it around is the empty. So you go on to object select, click the arrow, and when you go into this little box icon here, you can see empty comes up because we haven't got many things in our menu, and we can select that and it'll array 6 times around the empty. So we select our empty, and we want rotation Z because we're rotating around the Z axis, and we want 60 degrees for a 6-spoke wheel. And that should array around this. Now what we've got here is this top circle has already arrayed around, and we've got 6 of this top face on top of one another. But we can do that. I choose to leave this in because it's much easier to leave it in and delete 5 of the 6 faces than it is to try and put this in afterwards, because you can't select on all of these sections quite as easily. So we hit the wheel, we apply all, which adds the modifier to it. We then can click on the empty, and we can delete the empty. If we go into tab into edit mode, face select, we can select this face, X, delete face, select again, X, delete face, that's 2 gone, X, delete face, 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 and if you lose count and you delete the last face, you just hit Ctrl Z and it pops it back. Easier to do that than it is to faff around with the other method of doing things. Now we need an indentation into the middle of the wheel, so we're going to do that by extrude on the Z, bring it up a little bit, and inset a tiny bit, inset again a little bit more till we've got the middle. We'll extrude that down on the z-axis, and we shall inset that a little more on the inside. Now we've got a bit of aberration here, so we can add a loop cut along there. So Control R, should I say? I hit the wrong button, and we can bring that to the edge, and that'll sharpen that up a little. So we've got a much nicer top. So let's go to the outside edge then. We're going to fix this outside edge. So we hit Tab. Now it won't select all the way around, and we'll have to go around that by holding Alt and Shift and work our way around the wheel. This is why I chose to leave 6 faces in the middle, because it doesn't quite work out right when you want to fill that area again. Now we've got that, and we're going to hit, now we'll scale this, and it should lay this side out just a little bit, because Minetub wheels have this slight angle to them. Now we can bring out the flange. Extrude, left click, scale, Control Z. Just bring out a little amount to begin with. Angle that downwards very, very slightly. Extrude again, left click, scale, Control Z. Bring that flange out, and we can drop that flange down. Extrude Z for the back face, and extrude, left click, scale, Control Z, and just pop it in a little. And what we should have then is a nice straight spoked minecart wheel. Now if we want to have the curved spoke wheel should I say, we have to tab into edit mode again. Now if you were creating the curved spoke wheel from the beginning, you'd have already put some loop cuts in these spokes. But I haven't done that, so I'm going to put the loop cuts in all of these spokes now. Control R, and we'll have 5 loop cuts. Hit. If you were doing the curved wheel from the beginning, you wouldn't have to do this. You would have put those in the spoke before you arrayed it around the empty. Right. Plan view mode. Number 7. Hit X-ray and hit face select. And then we're going to select all the faces on this central portion of the wheel. I'll hit C. Go all the way around those, and then hit the ones in the middle, and just check that we've got everything selected. Yeah, the whole middle boss is selected. We can come out of X-ray mode now, hit 7, and we can hit the proportional editing tool, and we can just then click rotate Z, and we can rotate this, modifying the proportional editing tool until we get the correct curve of spokes that we want, and curve them. They're not too heavily curved, they're just a way of being sprung. And then we have the curved, which can look a little bit more decorative. And there we have it. And this with a texture on it looks rather splendid. And that's how I create majority of the simple minecart wheels that I need to do. I'll drop a texture on this. I'll not show you how to do that because I've already shown you how to do that in another video. So there you have it, the same wheel with a texture on, and it's looking rather nice. That's how you make a minecart wheel, with either a straight spoke or a curved spoke. In another video, I think I'll probably make the entire minecart. Anyway, hope you like this video, and catch you in another one. Thanks very much for watching. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more, and see you again soon. Bye.